Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac, president of Roby Electric, and along with Trent Haston, president and CEO of the Roby family of companies, we are your hosts. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook at Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, and Roby Realty. You can also check out our podcast as well. Trent, I think this is going to become our most favorite part of the show, and that's because we get to talk about kids, Make-A-Wish, and a single individual in particular.
Yeah, we just asked Mr. Redman to hang out with us, and we said this is our favorite part of the show now. And I caught myself saying that every week we're gonna feature a Wish child from the Make-A-Wish Foundation to get pumped up for our cornhole tournament. I think it is September the 17th.
That's right.
And but I said until our tournament, I think we're going to like it so much we'll just keep doing it forever. So I do want to say one thing about Paul. You know, Dad always told me you can't never say somebody's cheap. You got to say they're economical. You know, and Paul's really good. Paul's really good with his words. He I can't even. I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was something like that. He was very political in how he spoke. You are a well-spoken man. Thank you for being here. Also,
my pleasure.
Thank you for Lennox being a sponsor for our cornhole tournament, our 9th annual Pitching for Wishes. We are wonderful.
They stepped up.
And I will tell you, you never heard this from me. I've always sold our cornhole tournament as our all-star team, all our sponsors, and that T-shirt that has the logos on it. I'm still wearing mine from 2008, and they're all different colors. And people say, "I saw your shirt at the Y. I saw you." I ask them what color it is. Kind of like we do with our businesses on vehicles. So thank you, and we are so happy to have you as a partner.
Looking forward to it.
Now, Patrick, talk about the Wish child.
Let's talk about Ashley Wagner, who is in remission from leukemia. And what she did is truly fascinating. I told you, every time I watched this video, we got the chance to watch it at the office. She was featured on ESPN. Her wish was to surprise her twin brother so her twin brother could meet Steph Curry. I mean, I can't imagine that. I mean, that's so selfless. I mean, that's just unbelievable. You can go, I think, actually go to any one of the Roby Facebook pages, Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, Roby Realty, and we're going to put a link of the 7-minute video that ESPN did. I think it's on there. It's My Wish, I think is what they call it. But just unbelievably touching. I mean, stories like this are unreal. And the coolest thing is she lives here in Charlotte.
So we had Lauren Harnett from the Make-A-Wish of Central and Western North Carolina came by. We had a lunch and learn the other day with some of our office staff, and she came by. And I mean, we live and breathe Make-A-Wish, but it's always good to hear about it and get it driven home and learn what Make-A-Wish is, and so we can go sell it and build our partnership just like with Lennox. I mean, it's the same thing, and I spoke to our guys about it. But she played the video for us, and we were all crying. A bunch of wimps. I really think we're not wimps when you cry for something like that. I think you have a heart, and you got to show your emotion. You got to let it out.
Well, one thing Lauren said that, to put this in perspective, and this wasn't in regards to Ashley, but I think it was another Make-A-Wish child, is she said the father of the child, it's really about the family as well, came up to her and said, I felt like my daughter didn't have cancer for a week.
Yeah, and this was a separate situation. This is a child that we lost after their wish was granted several months later, and at the funeral, I think that's what the father told the Make-A-Wish folks. So it's so true, and just like Ashley Wagner did for her brother, it brings out the best in these people. I mean, they've been fighting this cancer. God bless, she's in remission now, but she wanted to do something for other people, and then also Steph Curry, the way he handled himself, and you see these guys, and it's so wonderful. I mean, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's like granted hundreds of wishes. He's, I think, the biggest wish granter out of the stars. But Steph Curry, I mean, on the video, watch the video. He played putt-putt, he raced go-karts. I mean, he brought his wife. I thought that was awesome, and hung out with the family the whole day. It was just really cool, and then they got to go to a game. So, I mean, that's just going the extra mile, right? He didn't have to do all that. He could have just met them at the game and said hey and gave them some shoes.
Yeah, they have played a game of horse. Ashley and her brother played horse with Steph and a assistant coach. They were honorary captains. I mean, for real. I mean that you're right. Steph Curry went above and beyond, which you wouldn't expect anything different from this guy.
I mean, I used to think I was Steve Kerr, so I like anything that has to do with Steve Kerr.
So now you're a Golden State fan.
Yeah. I told Paul I used to think I was Jeff Lebo before the show today. Paul looked at me like I had 4 eyes.
I thought you were Eric Church.
Well,
that's
no,
your evolution.
I always thought I was Jeff Lebo. That's why I was number 14. He was number 14.
I know.
1987 UNC Tar Heels, baby, 3-point shooter.
Nice.
I hear you. I thought you were going to talk about Donald Williams next. He was a pretty good 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he won the 93 NCAA championship
That's
for
right.
the Tar Heels. So.
That's right. Well, tell us a little bit about the tournament. Obviously, the cornhole tournament is to raise money for Make-A-Wish so we can do more things for people like Ashley.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. So when I got excited about doing the cornhole tournament, I went to my dad and my brother, and I wanted to give back to a charity and do it over and over, kind of consistent. What you were talking about with Lennox, you focus on heating and air, and I said I want to find a partnership we can be allies and grow our brands together and increase awareness, but also raise money to grant wishes because it was Make-A-Wish. And I told my dad and my brother, I mean, we had never really raised money in a big way, and this is in 2008. They said, we're contractors, we're not cornhole promoters. What are you doing? I said, if we do it over and over, I said, just thinking about 10 years, we will have raised $100,000. We will have been an incubator to do that and give back to the community with which we live. Well, last year was our 8th year, and we passed $1 million.
Wow.
So if you don't start, I mean, you're never going to get there. So you can't win if you don't play.
All right, folks, that's the annual Pitching for Witches, Saturday, September 17th at Freedom Park. Reach out to us on Facebook at Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, or Roby Realty for more information. For Trent Hasten and the entire Roby family of companies, thank you for listening. We'll be back next Sunday at 9 a.m.